Hi, it's Tori from Hobby Stories, and today is March 30th, and this is my 2-week update for my cross-stitch projects that I'm working on. Also, I'm going to add in my plans for April, because in my last video, I talked about starting an angel SAL. And so far, I've had one person sign up, and that was Mafalda. I think that's your name, right? Is that how you say your name, Mafalda? I'll link to her channel below, but she has picked out projects so that she's going to do Angelic April with me. So, I have that fabric all ready to go. I bought 2 magazines, and then at the end, in case nobody cares in the FlossTube community, I'm going to talk about the books I read for the March read-alongs, I think they are. There was Mysteries and Middle Grade. But anyway, let's get started. So, thank you if you're a returning viewer. Hello and welcome if you're new. This is my channel about all the hobbies that I do. Eventually, I'll have plastic canvas, knitting, crocheting, sewing. Right now, it's mostly FlossTube, and I just started adding in books. So I will be labeling some of these videos FlossTube and BookTube. So just let you know about that one. Okay, so I hope this is bright enough. I'm in the kitchen today because the sun is out. The kitchen is kind of like light colors, and the sun just kind of radiates everywhere. I'm not in the dark living room. So, and I'm also on my phone. I am not on the camera that makes like rounded. Anyway, so let's start with the 2 magazines I bought. I bought these from eBay because I needed this one, I believe, to finish a project, and I'll show you what that one is. And then she had buy one, get one free, so I went ahead and I picked this one out just from the cover. Look at that cover. It says, may reading, writing, domestic arts adorn thy life with a cheerful heart. I like that. It's a little boy and girl sitting there reading, and I like the outside. It looks Amishy. Actually, I think it is Amish. I love Amish. So I bought this one for that, and it's Women's Circle Counted Cross Stitch, October 1987. I had never heard of this magazine before, so I picked this one up as, actually this one was not the freebie because it was a little bit more money than the one that I needed, so I went ahead and paid, I think it was $5.50 for this one, but shipping was free. Hang on just a minute. Okay, so I bought this one for the cover because I really want that, and there's quite a few bookmarks in here on things I want to do. But this is the one I did. I'll cover up her address because I don't know who that is. But it's Cross Quick, and it's October, November 1989. This is the one I needed. Oh, I also like the cover too, because it is, I believe it's Thanksgiving. It looks like it says, we are a thankful people in the middle. But this is really what I wanted to do. It's a sampler right here. I love this sampler. And the magazine I had only had this part, and then this magazine has this part and this part in it. And I wanted to do the whole thing, so I bought it for that. I've been doing pretty good on buying things. I did just purchase some more fabric just so I have it, because I'm going to try dyeing some Ada. I've been using powdered acrylic dye. I also have some liquid, and I watched some videos on using that. I'm going to try using up my paints, because they're like super duper old, and I'm going to try dyeing fabric with that. Okay, so that was the only thing I bought other than the fabric that's coming. So let's get started on my projects. My last video was March 15th, and that day I was showing the Nutcracker. Okay, well today is Tulips, which is a kit. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's what it looked like last time. And here's what it looks like now. I love this kit. Love it. So I'm over here. I'm not sure exactly what I got done because I'm on my phone this time. Usually I'm looking at my pictures, but I got over here. I've been working on this. I'm really just about done. I have a little bit more in this flower, a little bit more in this flower, and then I got to start back stitching. And then I have 2 more sections to go. I love this kit. This was, I think it's called Tulips, and it's by Claire Comerford. I think that is it, but you just saw the picture, so. Okay, next is my Nutcrackers. They look like that last time, and that's what they're supposed to look like. I, of course, am not doing that big border around them. So here's what they look like now, and it says, I'm looking at my notes. When I made the video, it said I finished number 3, and I stitched some more border, and I started number 4. So this is my version of parking. I have like 2 or 3 needles going at the same time, and I just kind of leave them hanging there. So this is the guy that was supposed to look like Santa, but I changed him into an elf without the big toy bag and everything. So he changed a little. And then here's the Nutcracker that's going to stand beside him. I got this up here, but since I had, because the bag used to go like over here, so since the bag was removed and I had to move this guy over, I'm going to have to adjust the border now. So I'm not sure if I have to take all of this out or not. I'm going to get my soldiers done first, keep working on the border. Well, I got to go around this way, but I might have to adjust up here because of arranging the Santa different. So, but I love this piece. I've always wanted to do it. And someone actually commented, I don't know who you are, I'm sorry. Someone actually commented that she did this one. So she's the only one I've ever heard that actually did this piece. So I have searched Google everywhere and couldn't find a picture of it. So this is my Nutcrackers, and I love them. Okay, next are, let's see, what are you? You're my original Quaker sampler by Beatrix Potter, or sorry, Beatrix Potter Quaker original sampler from the Stitchy box. And it's supposed to look like that, and I'm dropping Q-snaps. And then I wonder why they break. And it looked like that last time. Doggone it. And here it is now. Let's see. Oh, it goes this way. I think I can get it all in. Is it all in? No. So this one I worked on the top. So this is the top corner. And I worked all the way over here to this top corner. And I had this much space left. So this one should be the border right here for going down the side. And then I am working on, I started down here. Because this is supposed to have initials in it, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm leaving all the initials for last. but I'm working on this one. This one is, it's Black Widow. It is, it was in that package. Thank you so much. It's a Stitchy Box exclusive. It's Black Widow. It is so nice. Just reds and blacks. So I've been working on that one. I took all these out of Q-Snap this time to show, because usually I leave them in. Next is Dragonfly Fairy by Joan Elliott. What she's supposed to look like, what she looks like now, or last time. Wow. Can you talk today? And then here's what she looks like now. I got her face done. Most of her hair is done. And now I'm starting to work down her dress. But how I have the pattern divided, I've done all the skin in this section. I do believe all of her hair is done. Right there I'm working on a dragonfly. I believe all of her dress is done too. This is all mostly beads right here. But she's coming along. I like her a lot better. I put her in a smaller Q-Snap because we've been fighting. I put her in something big so that I can have her all together, and then I'm like, that hurts me. And then, so I put her in something smaller, and then I can't do this, and so we settled on this, and we're both happy. So, next is the Beatrix Potter Quaker Companion Sampler from Stitchy Box. What it's supposed to look like, what it looks like last time. And this one's a little bit less than the other one, but I'm working on it. Oh, it's down here too. Can we get that whole thing in? No. Okay, so this one, I'm working across here. I've gone all the way down the side to where it's going to end. So this is the bottom piece. And then it would go across. So that one, the other one is more like length. This one is more width. So now I'm working across the top here. And I really like it. I'm not putting in initials or anything on this one either. And I'm just chugging along. I really like that design. I think it's so like lacy looking. And I really love that one. It's like snowflakes. But here's this one. Okay, next is Coral Mermaid. Joan Elliott. What she's supposed to look like, what she looked like last time. And here she is. So, I do believe I have all of her hair done now. And I'm working over here in her castle. I need to make this a little tighter because it's kind of loose. But she's really coming along, and Coral's really happy with how she's looking. So, I don't think I'm going to have her done by the end of April. I'm really hoping I do, but I think she's going to be a late birthday present. But I love her, and I'm trying to work on it as much as I can. So, that's her. Next is my the last two. My two that are supposed to be full coverages. The first one is Cinderella. What she's supposed to look like, what she looked like last time. She just does not seem to get a lot of stitching. They're both from Star Masayumi, and I got them from Pain Free Crafts. And I think it's because this one has so much confetti. But then again, the other day, the last time I worked on her, I had like maybe an hour to put in, so. And by the time you're done, you know, like, a stitch here, a stitch there, a stitch there, and then change the color. An hour goes by really fast, so. But this is Cinderella. She's my favorite. And I'm hoping one day that she's going to be done. I have no idea when. I'm hoping one day. And then the next one is Rapunzel for Coral. What's she supposed to look like? What she looked like last time. And hers, I am actually... Oh, and Cinderella, I'm only on page 2. I think I'm only on page 2. It might be page 3. But Rapunzel, last night, I finished page 5. I finished over here, her castle, the tower. And I got it all gridded over here, and I put in my first stitch so I can start page 6. Because page 6 is only like this big, so. But yeah, this is the top of her head. And then when you come down, her face should be like right around in here somewhere. Very exciting. This one's moving along a lot. And then I read bad stories about these pens. If for some reason the pens don't wash out, I could just go ahead and put in the white stitches, because now I'm trying to be really careful on where I put the pen. But if I have to, I could go ahead and just finish it as a full coverage. We'll just have to see what happens after it's finished and washed and everything. So, okay, but that's all of my works in progress projects. So, the only other thing I have that's cross stitch is I announced in my last video that I am doing an April angel stitch along, and that I was asking anybody that wants to do angels with me to join along. I am starting one on the first 4 days of April, and that would be 4 projects that I'm going to work on. So I got it all dyed, I got it gridded to start, I've got them all printed out. This one is going to be $19.97. Oh, and they're all free on Mirabilia's website, and I will link that in the description box. You don't have to do Mirabilia, but I figure, you know, if you don't have any angels, there's some there for free. So I'm doing In Cupid's Garden, which was the $19.97, and it looks like that. She's a little angel that's holding a jug of water that's like pouring. So I got this one started. This one's going to be the first. Then I have 2000, which is, should be this one, yeah, 2000, which is the 2000 Holiday Cherub. I got this one gridded, and she is the one. These 4 are, wait a minute, one of them is not on the website anymore. I can't remember which one it is. But this is the one that's holding the little dove. So I have her ready to go. She will be started on the 2nd. Then I have 2004, which is the Cherub with the Tree. I've got the gridding started. This one will be started on the 3rd, and she's just holding a little tree. And I have 2006. This one we started on the 4th, and this is the one that should be holding a candle. So one of these is not on there right now. I cannot remember which one it is. I'm sorry. I think it might be the candle one, but I don't remember. But I have everything in a bag. It's all ready to go. I have been recycling my boxes. I have a lot of those FlossTube boxes, but If I'm doing like 2 or 3 projects, it fills my container up really fast. So I took all of my parchment paper boxes and I just put everything in there. See, my flosses fit, my metallics, my beads are down inside the Ziploc bag, but I just do that, and then that way that is one container that goes in there. I have another one. Let me show you that one. That one I cut. So here's the one for tulips. I actually, or no, this one's for Beatrix Potter. This one, see, I cut the box. So I just cut the end and tape it. And I've got my Beatrix Potters that aren't the silks and stuff. This is the DMCs. But been saving money. They're trash. I have rubber bands, I have boxes, I have tape. Why not? So I've been doing that with almost all my projects. And so that's all I have for cross stitch. Yeah, because I want to do the SAL coming up. I was thinking about, instead of Stitch Mania in May, I was going to do Mirabilia May and do some more of the freebies on her website. So I have them all saved. So if they disappear, at least I have them. Or if she adds more, then that would be great. I'll just go grab them. But I've always wanted to do them all. So I was going to do that in May. But for right now, I'm just working on those 4 angels, and I am really hoping that they are done by the end of April. So that's all I have for cross stitch. So if that's all you're here for, thank you for watching, and stay safe, keep stitching. If you want to watch the books I read in the month of March, then stay tuned, because here we go. Okay. So let's get all the stitching out of the way. So in the month of March, there was, and there will be links below to these people, there was, there's usually always the March Mystery Madness, and it was also Middle Grade March. Now, I'm not sure if all of my books actually categorize for middle grade, but I'm making them categorized for middle grade because they're left over from homeschool. Some we've read, so I reread them. Some we have never read. Some are on my Kindle, so I will let you know. I will have covers, and I might have the names of the authors. I might not. And these probably are not in any kind of order. And then at the end of that, I will have my April TBR plans. So, here we go. Okay, the first one was 5 Days, 5 Kisses. I read romance to, like, relax. So, I counted these in my total. They are just not either one of the prompt things. So, let me find that list. Right there. Okay. So 5 Days, 5 Kisses by Angela Carling. I gave that one a 4. I'm not really going to describe books, but this one is about a girl that's having a hard time getting over a boy. I do believe it's a young adult because they had just graduated high school, so I think it's considered young adult. But her and her friends decide that to get the old boyfriend out of her system, she needs to have just 5 random kisses from guys. So that's kind of what they do, and it's a funny book. I like it. The next one was the Home Run Mystery. It's the Babysitter's Club, or Babysitter's Club. I just watched that video yesterday. It's the Boxcar Children, created by Gertrude Chandler Warner. The Boxcar Children, if you have never read that, It is such a wholesome family. I mean, the children were living alone with their dog in a boxcar. When they found their grandfather found them, whatever. And now the four kids, the dog, and the grandfather travel around and do different things in the books. So the first book is like the introduction thing, and then after that, they're just, a family that travels around, and I like it. So this one was a mystery about, they went to this little town where a baseball player was like, they accused him of cheating and stuff, so they had to solve that mystery. So I counted this as, the prompts were silhouette, strong family, journey or adventure, fairy tale retelling or fantasy, and the decade you were born. That one I had a hard time. But anyway, I counted this one as middle grade and mystery. So for middle grade, I counted it as strong family because they are. So, and at the end, I'll have a total of all the books I read and everything. This one is an American Girls book. It's Kids Railway Adventure. It is by, I wrote this down because it's not on the book, Harriet Brown. Oh, I gave Boxcar Children a 5. This one I gave a 4. Oh, and let's talk about my grading for a minute. 5, I absolutely loved it. I will read it again and again and again, and I will recommend it to anybody that asks me. 4, I'll still recommend it, and I do love it. It's just not, it's just not one of my absolute favorite go-to books. 3 is it is what it is. It's a book. I read it. It was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It's all right. Most of the time, my craft books, my recipes, stuff like that, they all get 3s. 2, I really did not like it, but I read it. But no, I wouldn't even look into that author again or anything by them or anything like that. 1, I absolutely hated it. I did not like it at all. It bored me. It did not interest me. It made me angry. It, whatever. I hated it. I did not finish it, so that would be a DNF. No. I just put it away and wrote down in a notepad why I didn't like it, so that if it ever came up as one of my randoms on Goodreads, that I could just go, nope, not going to read that. So sometimes I go back and I do read my ones again if I did not finish it, but usually not. So anyway, Kit, she got a 4. I like this book. It's set up like a scrapbook. They're traveling on a train. It is, the 1930s? Kit Kittredge. I think it is the 1930s, because, that one right there says Fair 1934. So I gave it a 4. I mean, it's interesting. Some of the little thingies are missing, because this is one of the books that my late husband, he used to pick up trash collection before he started recycles, and people would just leave out boxes of books, and he would bring them home. So this was in there, so some of the things are missing, but some of the things are not. So, but I gave this a 4. It was a really good book. It was hard for me to read, though. I had to use really bright light and magnifying glasses on some of it, so, but it's a good book. Next, Cora Flash and the Mystery of the Haunted Hotel. I gave this one a 3. It's number 2 in the Cora Flash Mysteries. It's by Tommy Davey, and I liked it, but I probably should have read 1 first. but I counted it as the mystery and middle grade. Next is Tales from Dust River Gulch. I used this as silhouette. I didn't know a silhouette was supposed to be like a blackened profile. I just went with silhouette because it's a profile, so whatever. I don't have any, I don't think, with the silhouette, so I just kind of, pushed this one in there. We read this for school before. It's a really good book. I used this as the silhouette and middle grade. I gave it a 5. It's by Tim Davis, and it is number 1 in the Tales of Dust River Gulch. It's a cute book. It's got illustrations in it. It's funny at times. It's a great read. It really is. And it's clean. All of my middle grade books are clean. Next is Bad Hair Day. It is number 5 in the Whatever After series. It's by Sarah Milanowski. I'm sorry. We picked this up at Goodwill one day with another one of them. I read it. It's a fairy tale retelling of Rapunzel, so it is that one in middle grade. I didn't like it. I read it. I got a 2. No, I didn't like the characters in it, so... And at times I did not like the story, so I got a 2. Sorry. Next, it was a mystery. Number 1 in the Fiona McCabe Mysteries, and they have changed the name of it from Killer Treats to Apple Seeds and Murderous Deeds. It's by Kathy Cranston. I read it on my Kindle. It's a mystery, and I gave it a 4. It's a pretty good series, or a pretty good book. I do believe they're in Ireland. A family owns a pub, and the daughter is running the pub, and one of her friends turns up murdered, and she helps solve the mystery. So it's a pretty good one. I mean, I haven't read a book like that before, where that kind of thing happened. Next, more poems to read to the very young. Oh, this is just poems. Okay. It's by Josette Frank. I gave it a 3. I mean, it's poetry. It's good. I did it because of the decade I was born. It was made in 1961. So there you go. I was born in 60. But it's really cute. Cute little poems. I'm not sure if it's considered middle grade, but next, another Boxcar Children, The Mystery of the Star Ruby. Gertrude Chandler Warner. I gave it a 5. It's considered a mystery. The Strong Family and middle grade. I like this one. You know, they also have illustrations in them too. You know, so this is a cute book. They go to a rock place. It's like a mine where they have a Star Ruby contest. So if you find the Star Ruby, you get prizes. And there's a mystery involved. So I really like this one. Next was number 6 of Wherever After, which is Cold as Ice. It's the retelling of the Snow Queen, which I've never seen, but I heard Frozen is based on that. Okay, well, we've only seen Frozen maybe once or twice, so I wasn't really familiar with the story. Again, same characters. Well, not the story part, but I don't like the characters in that either. So it got a 2. Yeah, it got a 2. Sorry. Sarah Milanowski. Next was Emily, Sense and Sensibility, or Sex and sensibility. It's a smutty book. Romantic smutty. It's The Wild Sisters #1 by Sandra Martin. I really liked it. It's got a 4. This one was about Emily, one of the Wild Sisters. She grew up in a rich family, and she was just out there trying to make it on her own. And this millionaire, billionaire, whatever he is, assumed she was poor and kind of like took her in and stuff. And it just goes from there. Happy ending. Next, Molly's Route 66 Adventure. Another adventure. This could also be strong family because the whole family's traveling. And it's by Dottie Raymer, an American Girl collection. I gave it a 4. It's another scrapbook type book. They are traveling from somewhere to California. It's the wartime. Boop, boop, boop. I think it's Illinois. And I don't know what year it was. It says the war. So what year was that? I do not know. But it's kind of cool. I liked it. Well, I don't see a year anywhere. Oh well. But I got a 4. It's a pretty good book. Next is, where is it? The Family Under the Bridge. We read this one for homeschool. It's by Natalie Savage Carlson, so I read it again. Strong family. I gave it a 4. It's about a mother, 3 children, and a dog. The husband passes away, so they end up living under a bridge in Paris. And the hobo is very upset because they are living in where he usually lives. And he doesn't want to get involved, but he does. And is just trying to keep them all safe and, take care of them while the mother goes to work, because she would just leave them there. But it's a good book. It has very good illustrations too. And we read this for school, and it is a Newbery Honor book. And I said I gave it a 4. Next, SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I watched the movie first, again. This book is almost identical to the movie. There's just, a little bit here and there. Things have been changed a little. I gave this a 4. It's by Mark Carasini, or Saracini, sorry. And in the middle, they have like clips of the movie and stuff. And it's pretty good. We like SpongeBob. I counted that as journey and adventure because they have to go to Bikini Bottom? No. They live in Bikini Bottom. Shell City, I think it was. So this one is Journey Adventure. The next I read, The Giving Tree, which we already read it once. I'm not sure if it's considered middle grade. I gave it a 5. It's by Shel Silverstein. It's great illustrations. It's a good story. There's not many words in it. But I reread it and I counted it as middle grade. It's a good book. I love it. Next, Freckle Juice. I'm not sure if we ever read it before. It's by Judy BLUME. I gave it a 4. It's really cute. I counted this as fantasy, maybe? I don't know. Because it was made in Oh, the 70s, right? Yeah, 71. Anyway, it has good illustrations too. I read it. It's a really small book. So I counted it. It's middle grade. Next is False Start, another romance. This is the #1 assignment romance series by Barbara Valentine. I gave it a 5. Gosh, I just recently read this one. It's a clean. Oh yeah, she works for a company, and okay, she had been jilted by her fiance on the wedding day at the altar. She thought that the brother of the groom was to blame, so she's been kind of mad at him. She works at this company. He came in to like train her to run a marathon. So it just goes from there where, misunderstandings, romance, the marathon, training, all of that stuff. So I really liked it. I gave it a 5. I'll probably read that one again. Next one, Hello, Mrs. Pigglewiggle by Betty McDonald. If you have never read or seen anything by Betty McDonald, you should. She wrote The Egg and I, and they have a movie about it. It's a great movie. So as soon as I saw that she wrote this, I wanted to read it. I gave it a 4. I counted this as fantasy and middle grade. And yeah, it has illustrations too. I love it. Next, I read a bunch of Beatrix Potter books. Now, I'm not sure if they're counted as middle grade, but it said 9 to 12, so I counted that as middle grade. So anyway, these are not what my covers look like. These are the only covers I could find. Mine were those generic covers from Kindle, where it's got like gold across the top and then either red or green at the bottom. So I read The Tale of the Pie and Patty Pan. I gave that one a 4. I liked that one. That one was funny. Tom Kitten. I gave that a 4. Timmy Tiptoes. I gave that a 4. Flopsy Bunnies. I gave that a 4. Mr. Todd. I gave that a 3. Mrs. Tittlemouse. I gave that a 3. And Miss Tickywinkle, or is it Mrs. Tickywinkle? I gave that a 3. I also read The Children's Book of Virtues by William J. Bennett. This is a really good book. It's got very nice stories in it that like teach you stuff. Like Try Again, The Hero of Holland, The Tortoise and the Hare. There Was a Little Girl, Little Red Hen. This is a very good book. Has very good illustrations. I really, really liked it. I counted it as middle grade, and it doesn't really have a prompt that I counted it, because it's 1995. I could count it under fantasy. I could also count it under fairy tale because some of it's in there, but mostly it's like just teaching you stuff, so I'm just counting it as middle grade. Next, I read Madeline by Ludwig Bemelmans. I'm not sure if it counts as middle grade or not, but I did it. I gave it a 5. It is a Caldecott honor. I mean, it doesn't really have many words on the pages, but it has very nice illustrations. So I counted it. I mean, not everything has a prompt, I guess. And then I read Mad About Madeline, which is all the Madeline stories by Ludwig Bemelmans. It's a big, thick book. The introduction was very interesting. Then there was the Madeline story. Madeline's Rescue, Madeline and the Bad Hat, Madeline and the Gypsies, Madeline in London, Madeline's Christmas, and the Isle of God or Madeline's Origin. And then it has sketches from his notebooks. I really like this too. Some of these I had never heard before. I like Madeline. So I counted this as middle grade. I mean, again, it only has like, you know, some words on each one, but the illustrations are beautiful. And middle grade. Next, I read Checked Out, which is a Vintage Library #1 series. It's by Elizabeth Span Craig. It's about an amateur woman sleuth who's a librarian. It's the first time I've read this series. I love Elizabeth Span Craig books with Myrtle Clover mysteries. So I figured I'd check this out, and I probably will read some more. I gave it a 4. So that counts that. I'm also reading 2 current books. So altogether, in the month of March, I read 29 books. Out of them, 24 were counted as middle grade, 5 were counted as mystery, and 3 were romance. I think that's a pretty good deal. 29 books out of 31 days, so that's not bad. I am also reading Blushing Pink, which is a romance, kind of steamy. I'm like 75%. It's by Jill Winters. And then I just started a Craft Circle Cozy Mystery book set. It's the Craft Circle Mysteries 1 to 9 by Stacey Alabaster. I just finished the first story. She's a lady that crafts and just moved to a small town, and of course there's murders. I really liked that one, so I'm going to continue reading it and see if I want to get any more of that series. But I'm reading both of those right now. One is a romance, and of course one is a mystery. For the month of April, for my TBR, Sarah from the Bookish Knitter and Lizzie, or Elizabeth, from Lizzie Faye Loves Books, they are doing Amish April. They have prompts. I'll link to both of their channels. But they have prompts for Amish books, and they want you to do 3 connecting. So it's like set up like tic-tac-toe, and you can either do like tic-tac-toe, or you can even do like a corner. They just have to have 3 connecting. They're cozy, cooking, connection, category, contemporary, cover, country, classic, and crime. I watched Sarah's video on how she describes the prompts. So like I said, I'll link both of them below. And it starts April 9th to the 18th. So it's 10 days. And I'm going to do that. I got a whole bunch of books downloaded. So let's see. Yeah, here's the Blushing Pink that I'm reading right now on my paperweight. Okay, so here's all the ones that are going to be on my Kindle Fire for the month of April. Amish Beauty. Most of these are free. Bride for Pastor Dan. That one's Victorian, I think. It's A Hero's Promise. This one is The Hawaiian Discovery. The Brides of Big Valley. Wanda Brunstetter is supposed to be a really great Amish author. I'm going to try her. The Healing Jar. I don't think I've read anything from her, but look at all these books. The Blended Quilt. The Robin's Greeting. An Amish Country Quarrel, Amish Friends Knitting Circle. I really want to read that one. An Amish Heart, Amish Love of a Lifetime, Amish Love Saves All, Amish Neighbor, Arranged Marriage, Amish Truth Be Told, The Amish Widow's Faith, An Autumn Wind in Walnut Creek. Amish Wedding is a 5-book set. Carpenter Shunned, Faith and Hope, Farmer's Market Mishap, A Joyful Break, Katie's Redemption, Lancaster County Second Chances. And Lancaster County is right above us in Pennsylvania. We're in Delaware. So I like reading stories about Lancaster County. Plain Living, Previous Confections. That came up in Amish, I think. So it's either a mystery or it's an Amish mystery. I have 2 copies of Sarah's Heart for some reason, so I'm going to read that. Too Many Crooks Spoil the Broth. This is supposed to be Amish. Freya, Brave and Shunned Amish Bride, The Blessing, and The Baby Buggy. And then that's the one I'm reading right now with 9 books in the craft circle. Okay. So those are all the Amish books that I have set up for the month of April, because I was going to make it Amish April and they have it for just 10 days. I'm going to do it for the whole month. And then I was also planning on reading some of my American Girl books because we have a ton of them. So I was going to see how many American Girl books I can get done in the month of April. Anyway, that is all I got. Wow, this is a long video. Well, this is like one of my longest videos ever. I debated doing FlossTube and BookTube separate, but then I'm like, you know what? That's 2 different videos. I don't want to lose subscribers. I think I'm going this way when I'm going this way, so I'll just combine everything. If I have knitting, I'll throw it in with FlossTube, whatever. So if you made it this long, bless you. And thank you for watching. And I hope you come back next time. And just grab a book, grab a cross-stitch project, whatever. Just, take care. Stay safe. Thank you for watching. I hope you come back. And I'll have another video in about 2 weeks. I may have one in 1 week. It depends how well I do on the stitching in the BookTube. But since I don't know if any stitchers left, I don't really want to talk about stitching right now. But I will have more book videos in the month of April. So thank you for watching, and bye for now. Take care.